Ryan Perks, welcome officially to Torquay United. You've been appointed as the women's first team manager.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I spoke to Rob in the summer and was excited by the project and the opportunities to come here. So, yeah, it's nice to finally get myself involved on the training pitch. So, yeah, really excited and looking forward to seeing what we can build here at Torquay.
When your appointment was announced, you were in Switzerland with the Wales squad for the Women's Euros. What was your involvement there and what kind of experience was that?
Yeah, so it's just a support role, so it's behind the scenes really, so it wasn't day-to-day on the grass. But it was a great experience to go out and see a major tournament and how things run. So again, for my own development and learning, I thought it was a fantastic opportunity and really enjoyed my time out in Switzerland for 3.5 weeks I was out there.
You've vastly experienced anyway. You're a UEFA A qualified coach and you developed a pathway for the women's game at Argyle. How does that fit in with the strategy as Torquay United see it?
I think they've got plans to build the pathway at the football club. Obviously I've got quite a good experience at Plymouth in that sort of role. So I wanted to bring that experience to Torquay and hopefully we can build something successful here.
Is that the key to developing the women's game, having that kind of academy that girls can work their way through the age group?
Definitely down in the southwest. I think it's obviously everywhere is miles away from the southwest. So it was important at Plymouth and I think it's going to be important at Torquay that we've got a successful pathway that girls can come through and then flourish and get into the first team. My 4.5 years at Plymouth, we had 26 players come through the pathway, so hopefully we can do the same here.
And that presumably makes the coach's job easier because you haven't got to go and find new players.
Yeah, hopefully. Obviously, the downside is players do move on as well, so we did have players at Plymouth who moved on to bigger and better things, and obviously the aim is to build a successful squad here and get players to stay at Torquay.
Let's focus on 25-26 for now. And how tough a start has it been for you, because you've only got a small nucleus of the team that were here last season. You've lost quite a few players.
Yeah, I just think it's just bringing players in, building it. Obviously, any new coach who comes into a team would want to bring players in anyway. So I think we'll see a few coming through the door in the next few weeks. I've been really pleased with the quality of the players who have stayed at the club. Really pleased with the nucleus of the team we've got, and obviously we can build on that in the coming weeks.
A fairly youthful blend of the players you've got in so far. Useful to have some older, wiser heads in there as well.
Yeah, I think some of the players who we will look to bring in have got experience at a higher level. Although they'll still be quite young themselves, they have got experience at Tier 3, Tier 4 level. So I think it's the old saying, if you're good enough, if you're old enough, it doesn't matter how old you are or experience. I think if you're a good football player, you should be able to hopefully slot in. And that's what we're going to be about. We're going to be giving young players opportunities and hopefully help them grow and develop.
You've been looking at a number of trialists in the pre-season. How big do you envisage your squad being for the South West Regional campaign this year?
To be fair, we've had really high numbers over the last couple of games, and there will be some more players coming in. So obviously with the partnership with Plymouth, we will look to use the dual registration system and bring some players in alongside that as well. So big squads are healthy, obviously injuries and people at unavailability. So we'll need around 20 to 23 players will be what we're looking at having a number, and then hopefully obviously we'll have a pathway which will be able to support the girls bridging that gap as well.
I'm guessing that's a good relationship to have, given that the teams are a couple of divisions apart at the moment.
For both clubs, it gives some of Plymouth's fringe players the opportunity to come and play football, regular senior football, and for us it gives us to add a bit more quality to the squad and hopefully achieve our objectives this season.
Given that United's women came so close to promotion back to the National League last season, what are the realistic ambitions this season for a new team?
Look, I wouldn't have come here if we didn't want to win the league, so that's the objective from me. My point of view, I think the club would like us to win the league. Obviously, we know there's a lot of transition and change, so build a competitive squad. We want to be at that top end of the table or as close to it as possible, so that's the objective. But we want to build a foundation where people want to come and play for Torquay and want to stay here.
There was 4 teams really contesting the title last season, certainly until well into the new year. Obviously MAP promoted. Who do you see being the strongest challengers to you this season?
I still think the teams who were there or thereabouts last year, Sherborne, Gloucester City, have looked to be relatively strong. Forest Green are a good side, so there'll be a few tough tests along the way, I'm sure. But like you say, if we get the hard work done in the pre-season and the quality of player we want to bring in, like you say, I'm optimistic that we can be up there challenging to get promotion.
We're going to have half of the home league games here at Plainmoor this season. Previous games have brought in about 300 to 400 fans here. Guessing we'd like to see a lot more than that. Now those games particularly are included in the Plainmoor Pass as well.
Obviously, we want to grow the game. I think with England winning the Euros as well in the summer, hopefully that has a knock-on effect. And like I say, I think we should tap into the local schools and community and make it a feel-good factor. Women's football is slightly different to the men's. I think it's more of a family feel. So hopefully we can see some new fans and a new generation of Torquay United fans coming along to support the women's team.
And you mentioned about tapping into the success of the Lionesses. Also, Arsenal was European club champions as well. And is that sort of sending a message perhaps to those who don't think there is a place for women's football?
I think if you look at the success of the women's national team, they've won the last 2 Euros back to back, made the World Cup final, so it's hugely successful on the pitch. Obviously, you just alluded to Arsenal winning the Champions League, and the game's growing massively and rapidly. So, like you say, we want to do the same here at Torquay and get fans through the door, and like you say, build a successful team where the fans can be pleased to come and support us.